All right, good morning, guys. I'm a little tired. It's gonna be a little bit of a slower stream in energy here. Girlfriend's still sleeping, so I can't be too loud. And I haven't woken up this early in a little bit, so it's gonna take back a while to get back to this schedule. What I have open here is a chart that I'm looking at right now. If I go, let's look at Bitcoin. Okay, taking a look at Bitcoin here, we're showing signs of a possible reversal. So we came down, right, made a low, broke that low, huge wick, liquidity grab, and now we are headed up, failing to make a new low, and on our way up, right? Huge liquidity void in this area, big liquidity void that could get filled up before we see another low getting reached. So the way I see the chart moving today, you're gonna get a slight pullback at New York Open, up, maybe up to around here, and then in the long term I think we go and make a new low, right? So that's kind of the way I'm looking at the market at this open here. Now I do follow a guy named Sheldon for Crypto Banter. I don't know if you guys watch him. He put a shout out that near looks like a good target, and I agree. So I'm going to be taking a trade. My first trade, what I'm looking for here is the same principle, right? We made our low, came up, failed to make a new low. We've got an order block. Order block sitting right there, right? So I have my entry at the beginning of that order block. I have my stop loss about 4049, so around here, right out near the bottom. I could stretch it out, make a new low. I'll make the decision time as we go closer toward it if that happens. I have taking 25% at 4.237, and then ideally we're looking to go at 4.371. I'm taking a $500 trade on 5x leverage. So let's $2,500 is my position size. And we're looking to try and make a 6%, 7% gain. So that is the start here. We'll see what happens. The market opens up in a minute here. Let's go back to Bitcoin and see what's going on. Okay, on the 1 hour time frame, we're just passing by this order block here. You can see we are almost making new lows territory. However, I think we need to come up and fill in this area before we go lower. And the market just opened. Let's see how it responds to this open here. Looks like we're getting a little bit of a pump to start the day. It's not the direction I wanted to see the opening candle be going. So something we could see here, we could see a reach to take out stop losses above this area. Something along this lines. Go up, take it, go down, and then we get a break. So that's, judging by how the market is going, for the sake of our trade, that is what we want to see. There's a chance it doesn't come down at all and we just see up, which would be unfortunate because that would mean we missed our trade, but it is coming back down now, so patience. While we wait to trade, for this trade to pan out, I'm going to play a little chess. I'm terrible at chess, by the way. Come on, Bitcoin, come back down. That's annoying. Come back down. Might need to start looking for a different trade. If we miss the opportunity to go long, we might set up for the short. Start looking for shorts once it goes up, so. Okay, move here. Well, I'm trapped. Just take the piece. I mean, he's got to take it. Otherwise, I take his rook. Oh, it's a mistake. I guess I gotta check on something real quick. I'm actually gonna forfeit this. I will be right back. I'm gonna leave up our near trade to see if we get an entry here. All right, I'm back. All right, let's see. Where can we see a potential turning point? That 18976 range. Could see us do something back like that, and then hopefully get in my trade. Then break this high, and we'll have a good sign that it could be a good trade. Now, if we continue to get up, I will look for a point to get back in when it comes to retrace. And if we get hit and we go lower, I'll be in my trade, so I'll be studying what the market's doing a lot in that case. Hey, whoever joined the stream, what's up? Hope you're having a great day. Whoever's watching this stream, have you traded before, or are you new to trading or experienced? I'll be right back. I'm gonna grab a muffin. Getting pretty hungry here. So this candle here is a good looking candle for my trade. Except this next candle really isn't. But it's showing that we're having a hard time breaking up above this area. So it'd be nice to see it come down here shortly, probably within the next 30 minutes or so. We need to 45 minutes, maybe an hour, to come back down and hit my entry. Jesus. S&P and NASDAQ are pumping. We need to find a point here and retrace. Bitcoin pumping as well. For some reason the dominance is dropping, which is not good for me. Ethereum pumping. Ethereum is in a liquidity void area right now. Might be interesting to look short off that 1,559 range. However, we could definitely come and fill this up as well, which would be the ideal. We'll keep an eye on that. It's not looking good for my trade so far. We might have to be looking at trades on the way back down. We might have missed it. We'll see what the market's doing though. I might get into the trade a little late. Jesus, my mic was off that entire time. That's embarrassing. Oh. I don't even know how long it was off, but I'll just run through what I said. Boom. Right here. I drew this up. You can see that right now we were consolidating for multiple weeks, right? We dropped through, create this big fair value area. What I was saying is a lot of people could probably take a trade here, see that as a good opportunity to take a trade when price comes up here, take a short down. However, with this big area, I would not consider taking a trade until here, and with a tight stop loss, because it could definitely come up, and that would be the ideal place to take a short. However, with the way the market looks like it might fall, you might be able to actually get away with taking a trade in this range here, the 1.844. I'd still be looking for price to come up here. I'll keep an eye on it though. I set an alert to remind me to start looking for shorts. I was on the weekly chart looking at what the main weekly range is to get an idea of what percentage we've been trading a week, to see if we've filled in that percentage quota yet, so we know how much range there really is left to go. However, it's kind of unimportant to do that right now because we are on a potential drop here. So if we drop and break new lows, we're going to be falling for a little bit, and it'll be quite a big looking candle. But I think in order, before we go lower, we fill in this area and get some more steam. We are getting close to my entry. I'm gonna go run and grab a soda, and I will be right back. I'll just leave this chart up. We've been pretty much just trending sideways since New York opened. Just a little bit obnoxious. I think I set an alert above and below where we are just trending sideways here. And we just play some chess. So anybody that is watching the stream, I think I have 2 viewers in here. One of them's myself. Any of you guys want to play a game of chess, or should I just play? What am I doing? For some reason I thought that was a checkmate. I didn't realize you could go to this square here. That's stupid. What are we doing? Got a weird start. I don't like it. I'm not that good at chess. I'm not used to playing this. I mean, I'll just play the middle. I'm not quite sure what this defense he's doing is. Still just in that same range. Just gotta make a decision here. Hopefully what I want to see is us range out, drop, hit my entry, take off. This guy's taking forever. Hell yeah, Big Shell Crypto, you'll probably destroy me. What's up, man? How you doing? I'm terrible at chess, by the way. I am not any good. I want to get good, though. Alright, let's get disconnected. Cool. All right. Big Show Crypto, what's your name on here? I'm not the best either, so don't worry. If you're down to play, let's play. Yeah, I'm pretty good, man. Just pay attention to these charts. Bitcoin getting this low excites me. I like taking leverage trades. There could be some opportunities to make good money with little amount of money. So like right now I have a order for $500 in, but I have it leveraged 5 times, so I'm holding a 2,500 position here. Yeah, so just on chess.com, it's I think I can just add you. You just got to make an account, and then we can play some. As you can tell, I'm a terrible rank. Like, I'm super low in chess. It's also because I play it while I'm trading, and I'll be paying attention to the charts and not really paying too much attention on the chess. Are you looking for any trades today? Or should I say, are you in any trades or have anything set up in the works? While you do that, I'm gonna see if I can put chat on my stream. I'm new to streaming too here, so bear with me, guys. I'm just getting the hang of this. Chat on my stream. Okay, cool. I think never stop learning. I'm still trying to learn too, man. Trading is a bitch. It's one of the reasons why I created this channel. Is there's a lot of stuff out there where people are just trying, faking how good they are at trading, faking that they can get these huge results, and it gets a lot of people where they trust in, they go in and trade and they lose a lot of money. So I'm trying to live stream and show all my progress learning, and trying to learn to show a true perspective on what trading is like, because you can have some bad days and it can be tough. I want to build a community for people that are trying to learn and can be all there for each other through the good times and the bad. Let me see. I'm trying to pop up my chat on my stream here. And then, did you create an account on Chess? Thanks, man. I'm going to be creating a Discord and stuff. You should join it, where we can all talk about trades, because everyone has good days and bad days, right? So having a Discord where we can all exchange ideas, somebody's doing good, one of us is doing bad, we can kind of see what the other person's doing and help grow. Process, right, of learning to trade is a pain, but when we're all working together to learn, it really minimizes the time that it takes to learn the skill. So, all right, so it looks like Near right now is about to actually break out of this little consolidation area up. Be interesting to see what it does. If it can break this high over here. Except now it's starting to fall back down, so got a lot of rejection in this area. Hopefully we can take a quick little dive down to my entry and then continue to go up. I still feel like we need to come down and test this order block because we haven't tested it yet before we go higher. So I'm still comfortable with where my trade's sitting. Is there a way to size this trade up better? My chat window. So I'm holding a long position on near. I gotta say, not financial advice. You could listen to what I'm doing and then make your mind up on it if you want to do it too. But what I'm doing is I'm long. So here's what I'm looking at, right? I'm looking at taking an entry if we can get back down to this 4095 range. Reason being, for one, if you're a trend trader, right? Or you believe in trend lines. I tend not to trade off trend lines too much, but if you look at this trend line, right? We're trending down, we broke through. And what this did was it created a little area where we haven't had any sell side being offered to the market in this range right here, right? In that purple box. And so I think price needs to come back and fill that up before we continue to go up higher. And if you look right here, here's what's called an order block. If you watch my YouTube shorts and my TikTok shorts after this, it's all on YouTube. If you look at my YouTube shorts, you'll see what and I mean by an order block here. I don't know if you know what that means, but this would be considered an order block. And right at the entry of the order block is where I'm trying to take my trade. And where I'm trying to target, right, are these areas like this, where you can see this big candle and there's no wicks on the other sides of them. That's where I see price could go back to try and fill in before we end up going down. So short term, I'm long right now. However, long term, I think the bigger trade's going to come with us going short and breaking that Bitcoin 17,700 or whatever it was. So target 2 I have set right here, a little below this low right here. And target 1 is here. At target 1, I'll take 25% of my trade out. Target 2, I'll take 75% of my trade out. And then I'll keep 25 just to float and see what happens. The remaining 25%, so. And so to join Chess, if you go to chess.com and you create an account, I can add you under my social and then we can play. So if you just want to tell me your username once you create an account on chess.com, I can send you an invite to a game. Also, I'm getting old too, man. I'm getting old too. I'll be turning 29 in November here, so getting up there. So what I'm worried about streaming in this process is I'm getting old and I feel like I'm gonna leak something. I feel like I'm gonna leak. That's the reason why right now I don't have my Bybit. I use Bybit to trade. I don't know what you use, but that's the reason why I don't have it up. I can show proof once we get into an entry that I'm in the trade and that I'm not, just faking here on charts. But I'm not trying to like show my Bybit actively because I don't know what kind of information people can use off that screen to try and get into my account. And I'm just trying to play it safe there. Something about myself. I'm actually in cybersecurity as well. So you think I should know that kind of thing. But just trying to be secure that way and not show that. So once we get in, I'll show a proof that I'm in the trade. But how old are you? So you got the experience. You got the experience that I'm needing. Man, you know how it is though, 29. I feel like I was 21 like a year ago. It's going too quick. I feel like every year your perspective of how long a year is just changes because it's a less percentage of your life. So each year just goes faster and faster. It's kind of a depressing thought though. Oh, come on, near. Get me in. 45, awesome, man. What do you do? What have you done so far in your life? What do you do for a living? Are you saying near is gone? I'm confused. Sorry. I'll be right back. All right. How long do you think we can trend sideways today? So far, we are running at the first hour and a half. Just about an hour into the New York session. And all we have done is gone sideways. I usually like Wednesdays. Wednesdays and Tuesdays tend to be like my favorite times to trade during the week. Usually you see this kind of thing on a Friday. Oh, all right. Yeah, that's the beauty in day trading, right? Can you talk on here some way? What do you mean by that? But that's awesome, man. How long did you have a painting company for? My dad was trying to my dad was trying to get me to start a painting company a while back there. Glad to have met you too, man. It's always good to have good guys like you hop in the stream. Like I said, you know, the main goal of this channel is to build a community. So it's awesome, man. I'm happy to have met you as well. Hopefully we can both make day trading the full-time thing and grow with each other. How did you find the stream, by the way? Were you following before from the videos, or did it pop up on YouTube or something? Oh, really? 10 years, man. That's awesome. That's super successful. I live in Colorado, and right now they are building these like kind of like retirement areas outside of the city, everywhere. And they built them all like 8 years ago. And my dad's like, this is a great opportunity to start a painting company because they're all going to need to be repainted soon. And it'll be pretty easy to go and scout those areas. So he's an entrepreneur. He runs a bunch of restaurants, and he's always trying to get me involved in something new. So he tried to sell me on the paint, trying to start a painting company. But I bet you learned a lot from operating a business for 10 years. It's impressive. I ran a restaurant, one of my dad's restaurants, for about 8, and I got over that pretty quick, man. Felt married to the location where I was living, and just knew I had to venture off and do something else. Oh, okay. That's interesting. Yeah, I'm always curious at how people find it, because right now it feels like um, YouTube it's putting my videos out to like the wrong kind of demographic or something. But I'm happy you found it that way. I actually do not have the focus to be in this right now. Let's see, near. Yeah, trading's a beautiful thing, man. Some of the money you can make is. Have you had any success yet, or are you stuck pretty new to it? I myself, when I started, had a ridiculous amount of success, and let it get to my head and started. One thing that happens is, like, I don't know how far along you are, but you'll have these times where you're just crushing it, and you feel like it's never gonna stop. And I started off with $400 in my account, and within like the first month of trading, grew it to like 5,000. I was like, wow, if I would have done this with 5,000, you know, I would be up in the almost 100K in that first month or whatever. And ended up upping all my entry positions. Oh man, thank you. You don't gotta help me try and get views. Just being here, I appreciate it. But I was like, all right, well, I'm just gonna increase. So I started trading with like $5,000 leveraged, like 10. So I was like $50,000 position sizes, losing like hundreds of dollars in seconds. I was like, okay, wait, I need to like study this more and learn about, like, you know, risk management and all of the boring stuff with trading. And that's why I read this book, Trading in the Zone. I highly recommend reading that if you have not. It's all about looking at the market as a casino and looking at kind of the way the market works, like you would as if you were a casino, right? Developing strategies increases your probabilities. You never know where the market is going to go for sure, so you're never 100% in on your trade. So you always make your risk like 3 to 1, so that you can, you know, if you lose 75% of the time, you're still going to make a profit if you're doing 3 to 1 trades, right? Risking 1%, gaining 3% on all trades. Something along those lines, right? And as long as you've got a good probabilities of making it, then you can go into trades without fear, because fear really messes with how you're going to trade. You can get out of a position early, you can FOMO in, and it's all about that mindset. It's a really good book. because ideally, right, your strategies increase your probabilities. So once you find strategies that work at a high enough probability for you, you can pretty much go into every trade whenever that strategy is telling you to do so and lose, but know over a long period of time, right? Just like a casino, you're going to end up profitable. And that's a lot of people just swing for the fences while trading and try and grow their account way too quickly, which is what I did. And I quickly brought that $5,000 down. And yeah, just trading with a $50,000 position size when you're only in 5,000 was a little bit extreme. So I don't really mess with too high leverages unless I'm just for fun. I might create an account. I have an account right now that's got it's got like $30 in it, and it's just for when I see a really good trade potentially coming up. I can put, like slap an 80% leverage on it and just degenerate the hell out of that trade live on stream. And if I get liquidated, I lose $30. Who gives a shit? But it'll be content. Yeah, you definitely have to be kind of emotionless about it, but it's definitely hard. Especially when you wait all day and all the price does is trend sideways like it's doing right now. It would be really ideal. An ideal thing, I think, for this today to happen. Learning about time zones, right? Usually, if you don't see a big range in the New York session, like we're not seeing right now, it's typically going to go one way. So if it does go up, hopefully we'll see it start to trend back. I don't know. I want to see this get down here by 130, because 130 typically we get a big reversal. So if we're trending downwards toward the entry around 130, I'm going to feel pretty confident that this entry will be a pretty good entry. Man, I'm not going to charge you anything. And I'm not going to act like I'm a pro either. I'm still learning as well. So I make a lot of dumb mistakes, but the idea is just, when I make those, hopefully you can learn from my mistakes and not have to make the mistake yourself. And when I'm doing good, you can see what I'm doing and why it's working. But I'm not, I'm not the best trader in the world. I'm definitely on this journey with you. Chattanooga, Tennessee, huh? I've never been out to Tennessee. I want to get out there. Oh, that looks pretty. So I'm actually going to be in that area in November. I'm flying into Charlotte and going to Savannah to chill with the fam and just have a little vacation, enjoy the fall colors. All right, so we are breaking out high now. It'll be interesting to see how much of a high we make. So if this just runs away from us, right, and we don't get our entry, right, and it goes and hits our first target without us even having a chance to get in, what I'm either going to be looking for is a pullback. So it'd go up, right, we'd pull back, and then I would try and get in a little lower, which when it comes to it, we'll come to it. If it just really runs away, I'm going to switch my interest actually over to Varun and look at trading a short off Varun, because I think we're in closer short territory with Varun than Near. Near's going to take a while to come up to an area where I'd be comfortable taking a short. Varun, I mean, it's halfway there to the first target entry for a short. Really, ideally, I want to be taking it up around this area here, 1910. So, see what happens. Patience is one of the things I used to struggle with a lot, man. Right now, I would be like, all right, Nier's running away. Let me just get in it. Yeah. Just make sure to always set your stops. That's like the number one thing, you know, make sure you set your stops and be comfortable with that stop loss being hit. If you're not comfortable with your stop loss being hit, don't ever take the trade. But the way that I always trade is I try and look at if the market's going to go south, where can I get in? If the market's going to go long, where am I going to go in? I haven't taken a look at it. I don't even think that I get it on Bybit, so I never take a look at this coin. Okay. How new is this coin? So this... Oh my god. Okay, so depending on, yeah, you'd put a buy stop above an old high or above an area that you think it's not going to go to. That would validate your trade. Looking at this coin here, one thing I will say is if you're going to be working with any sort of leverage, you're really, it's a risky coin to be trading because it moves a lot, like a high percentage. You can make a lot of money, you can lose a lot of money on this coin. So like right now in an hour it moved 10%, in another hour it made oh, it's Terra Luna. Okay, moved another 7. Yeah, I've been avoiding Luna ever since the past issues. That being said, it does move a lot. And if the market right now, the market's sitting at a spot where if it dumps, this would be a good coin to short, in my opinion. If we go ahead and do break a new low on Bitcoin. So if we break, you know, below 17,641, or even if we break this low, I might take a short on it. But I don't, like I said, I don't like trading stuff that has that much volatility, because it's almost impossible to have a good tight stop. Like, you're gonna get hit. It's almost like you almost would rather leverage up higher and trade a slower moving coin. Yeah, coins like that will make you a lot and lose you a lot. Like one of the bigger movers that I will trade, but it's like one of the highest, riskiest quick movers that I trade is Matic. Anything that trades at a more velocity than that kind of worries me when it comes to trying to get like safe stops. Like you just, at that point, like it's, your stop loss is going to be, if it's in a safe spot, it's going to be like a 5% with no leverage. Trades you need, I don't know, it's there. You can do it for sure. Coins like that are almost like, I would feel more comfortable on a long-term hold on stuff like that if we saw Bitcoin drop to like 15 or 11 or something like that, dollar cost averaging into a bunch of coins like that are still surviving and still have a little bit of a market cap behind them. But that's where I'd mess with coins like that. Right now I really mess with I would say more trusted coins, even though Luna, it was trusted until it wasn't, right? Yeah, okay. Yeah, I mean, it looks like it's performing well. What did it do on the 6th of September? Let's see. How did it handle that? Yeah, it dropped, but not that much. Yeah, that's a good position, man. If you're nowhere close to underwater, then that's a good hold. As long as they don't just pull the floor out, take everything again. Oh man, trading on days like this is fun, isn't it? Gotta love just going sideways. Damn, man. Nice trade. Yeah, that's awesome. Did you put any leverage on it, or was it just just like a spot trade? Yeah, gotta love sideways trading, huh? You know what's this crazy thing is there are some people making some money in this price action right now, just scalping the like 15-second time frame with algorithms. That's got to be a crazy trading experience, having to make decisions on the fly every second. You know what's the funniest thing? I saw this channel. I'm gonna have to get back to you with it, but it's this YouTube channel. It's this Korean guy, and his streams. I mean, he he will do the most wild things. Like he'll long the top of like a candle. Like let's say we're watching a stream. He'll go short right here with $1 million. I've seen him go up like 100 grand in 2 seconds and then lose $1 million like in the next 5. It's pretty fun to watch, entertaining when stuff is going sideways like this, because he always trades those like kind of shit coins. Pretty fun to watch. Yes, learning on spot is definitely the way to go. Like if you really want to learn to trade well, learn techniques on like a high time frame, because that will really, those high time frame techniques, strategies all hold so much more merit than drawing up like a trend line on a 15-minute. Like it kind of respects it, but if you're working with high time frames, you can really see all the techniques that work, and then scale it down and pay attention on the lower time frames how well it works as well, and you can kind of decide on what tools are going to be in your toolkit for trading. I do think it is important though to understand, like every different time frame of trading. However, the high time frame is definitely the most important. If you can see where price is moving on a high time frame, then you know what to trade on a weekly time frame. And if you know what to trade on a weekly time frame, you know what to trade on a daily time frame. And if you know where a price is going on a daily, you know where it's going to be going, intraday. So it's like important to look at the high time frame and then scale it down, because everything is fractal. Yeah, that's the goal, right? Definitely not to lose $1 million, but definitely to have it to be able to trade. That's for sure. It's crazy. I think he makes a lot of money off streaming too. He has there's no English in there, so you have no idea what the hell is going on. You can just watch what he's doing, but there is I think he gets 40,000 Koreans in there on his streams. It's kind of hard to find because I don't know exactly what to search. Okay, Bitcoin. 1 hour. Bitcoin's looking like it wants to go. Be interesting to see what happens when we get up to this range, the 18,978. We touched it on this candle and dropped. Looks like we're moving up to try and touch it again. We'll see what happens. Hopefully we can get a move down here. Awesome, man. Yeah, I highly recommend it. The whole idea of why I started streaming and doing this was to hold myself accountable, because everybody talks about, journaling while you're trading, right? See what you're doing good, see what you're doing wrong. Well, when you're live streaming, you have to talk about your trades. You have a video representation of where your mind was at during that trade, right? So it's an awesome spot to go back and kind of check to see what you did well, what you didn't, and what you need to work on. That was my idea when first starting to stream, but then also building the community, I'll create a Discord here soon, so that you can hop into, and that way you could let me know, and if anybody joins, everyone know when you're going live as well. I don't know if you watched last night. I did a backtest stream where I went back 3 or 4 weeks backtesting a strategy. It's not really too much of a strategy. It's more kind of seeing the market, but I talk a lot about why I'm taking the trades, and I think I went 5 for 6 trading Bitcoin on that backtest and did 20% almost. So without leverage. Could be interesting to watch whenever you get a chance. I feel like I was kind of in the zone there, so a good idea of what I'm looking for and how I trade. You could watch that too. Oh, what kind of food stuff? You big foodie? Oh, what's your favorite kind of food? Or like, yeah, favorite kind of food. Because yeah, I'm like I said, I'm gonna be in Savannah actually in November. So, is there any spots on the East Coast that I should try? I don't know if you've ever been over there. I'll also be in Charlotte. Yeah, definitely, man. I'd be definitely down to do that. I've been traveling a lot actually recently, trading. Just got back from Puerto Rico for like 4 months. I was out there. So, what's your food show gonna be about? Is it gonna be like going and trying different stuff in the area and checking out all kinds of restaurants around the world? That'd be the life. Yeah, it was a good time. It was a good time. Roan is starting to drop. Near is still green. Come on, Near. Let's come back and retest. Then we can get some legs and go. Bitcoin only touched that area once. Got this candle closing in 9 minutes. That's awesome. Yeah, I'm a big Mexican food guy. That's the food. That's my food I gravitate toward. We have some really good Mexican food in Colorado. What's the best kind of food out there in Tennessee? Ape, I feel like, is in the exact same situation that we're waiting on with Near. Right here, we have a big gap in liquidity that needs to get filled. We have your standard failure swing reversal, right? Once across this line, that was a break in trend. However, we might have missed the entry because if you look here, the order block kind of already got filled on it. Could still come back down to this range though. If it came back down to 4258, I'd be interested in taking it along. it's kind of in a range where you could take a long, but the problem is stuff is just going so sideways that I wouldn't trust it yet. I would wait for it to go a little bit lower because it could definitely spike with this much consolidation. I might have to go quiet here in a bit. My girlfriend's gonna be taking a meeting, so I might be muted and unmuted during that because she's gonna be in the same room actually for her work. Okay, Near, come on, man. So Near's starting to get legs. Rune is not responding yet. We'll see how this candle ends. We'll make up our mind on if we adjust the game plan or not. Yeah, I wouldn't do that over chat. If you want, all good, man. That's totally chill. You could shoot it to that email right there. Let me know when you got that email down so I can take it out of the chat. I appreciate it, man. Yeah, go ahead and send it to that email. Do you still need the email, or can I take it off the list here, or off my chat here? Near is running away. Okay, cool. Near is running away. Looks like we might break a new high here. If you look here, what I'm looking at, it's that high right there. And it looks like we're gonna go through it. We might see a explosive move right here to my target one. If that happens, we might just have to wait a little bit longer for a retrace, and we can start looking for another point to get back in on the trade. be right back. I'm gonna go some water. Go to the bathroom. Alright, I'm back. So we touched that high there. Did not break it. Which is interesting to me. So, are you still here, Big Shell?
Everything went really well. Very well.
Oh, cool. So, the way that I look for trades and the way that I kind of look at how the market moves is looking at price reach for internal liquidity and then reach toward external liquidity. So when you look at a swing, so let's examine this swing right here, right? This is the most recent swing. Internal liquidity, when I'm saying that, I mean like it's looking for a spot on the internal range of the swing. So where my target to is, right, is right in this gap where there's a ton of liquidity because the only thing getting offered was sell side, right? You don't have any of this like where price action's being offered on both sides, right? So you just have the sell side getting offered. So this would be a key interest where I see price looking to grab internal liquidity and then moving to external liquidity, which is externally outside of the trade range, right? So that's usually why I'm looking for a trade to do something like this, right? Go up inside of this box and then chase a range externally outside of that swing. That's pretty much how I view price moving all the time. And it works on smaller time ranges too, right? Like if you look here, here's the swing. Price goes for internal liquidity, goes externally. Now what happens here is we get a reversal. It's on a really small frame, right? But we go externally, internally, externally. We're pretty much always moving like that. So there's like, I'm not a big, what do you mean no resistance? There's still resistance points. Like I think areas of liquidity is where a good resistance is. Because if you think about it, from the way that people actually trade this market, like what actually moves the market, in my opinion, is really deep pockets. Banks, early Bitcoin adapters can move the market, right? Which is why typically when you see a big move, right, you look, so here's the resistance, right? By most people's standards, you're looking at resistances like this, right? You're like, okay, we've got this resistance that it's respecting, and it's respecting it. But what it really is doing, in my opinion, is it's building up a shit ton of liquidity underneath it, right? So imagine this, right? Imagine you're you're a retail trader, which we all are. You get long here. Where are you going to put your stop loss? Well, you're going to put it down here, right? So it comes back, so another opportunity to get long. People put their stop losses down here. Comes up, comes down. People put their stop losses, puts their stop losses, puts their stop losses. Underneath here are all sell stops. There's a ton of sell stops sitting right now on the exchanges right here. People that have the pockets to make the market move like that, in order to get into their position, right, they need to buy from somebody, because that's how the market works. You buy and you sell. So when I see a move like this, or like this, that goes into this area of liquidity, this is where sell stops are sitting, right? From all these people that were trying to go long, that are retail traders here. They're all trying to go here. All their stop losses are sitting here. Somebody that has the money to move the market like that needs to buy it from somebody. Where would they find it? In here, right? Where all of the sell stops are sitting. They buy those sell stops and then get more into their position, and you see a swing like this. Again, now look here, right? On the other side, here's your resistances. Above these are going to be buy orders, right? Buy orders up here, buy stops for the people that are shorting. They feel like it's safe up here. What does the big money do? They drive price up into that area of liquidity here, where they can not only sell off, right? This is where they would sell to, but also all these buy stops that are sitting here, they would sell around here, which is why you see these big dips. And then once it comes up into here, they can put a big position size in, taking the buy stops of the traders that were short here. And then you see the reflection in the market when they get their orders in. Does that make any sense? But that's always how I view. I do believe in like resistance and stuff, because it does work, but it works until it doesn't, right? And when it doesn't, typically you see a lot of buy stops or sell stops getting taken out. And that's really where you're going to see a big move where you can make lots of money. But like if you go back, right? Shit. What did I just open up? All right. If you go back here, if you take a look at this swing, this is obviously a trend going up, right? Instead of looking at it as a trend, the way I look at it is we go up, we take above this high an external liquidity. We come back in for an internal range in this liquidity. Usually it's about half, it just depends. We go and we take a new external one. Now you see this big wick here? What is that wick doing? Just like we mentioned before, you see all these highs right here? This support or this resistance? What's up there? what is up there, right? What happens? They get up into it, they get their position size. Look, they get in again. Market drops. So like that's where I try and take a lot of my trades off that theory. And again, right? It comes back up there again. Drops. So I look for areas where a lot of buy stops and sell stops are going, and that's where I try and identify a trade opportunity. I can't take credit for that. It's a theory by ICT. It's really popular in the trading community. I highly recommend looking at his content. He has a lot of good content for free on YouTube. But I use a lot of his principles when trading, so I'm definitely no master of them. However, sometimes things work for me pretty well. You look at this, like right here, right? When this is moving down, just to reinforce that theory. There's sometimes it doesn't work, but there's a lot of times it does. Got this swing down. We grab an external liquidity that's underneath here, right? They get in there. So here's the short. They take the stops here. Come up, grab the internal range liquidity. Once they grab that internal range liquidity, and look where that liquidity is, right? You see that gap that I mentioned before, which is where we're trying to trade into right now. Jesus. Where we're trying to trade into, that gap. You see it responds. They get enough liquidity, drops, takes a new external liquidity. Huge gap here. Comes up, touches the gap, grabs internal, goes external. Comes up, grabs internal in this gap right there, goes external. Here, almost make equal highs. When I see this worries me a little bit. I honestly probably wouldn't have gotten this short, because usually when I see equal highs go like this, what resides above those equal highs? Tons of stops, so you could see something like this. This is what I would have imagined it going, but it didn't, obviously, in hindsight. But I could see it going, grab that, then proceed to drop, because it just grabbed, they got a lot of entries in there to continue to bring the price lower. It didn't do that, however, it just dropped. So I probably wouldn't have gotten that trade, but you can see the theory works on a lot of trades. Also, another thing that I look for is I look for what the market is doing, right? In my opinion, there is like around 4 different patterns to really watch. Consolidation, the way I trade consolidation ranges, something like this, right? Is I take a fib and I look at the where it's consolidating, right? So if we're in this range, I'm looking at the high, the low, and the middle. You can see it's touching that middle a ton, right? What I look for is them to take out, again, the stops, right? Where those stops be sitting? Well, those stops would be sitting below and above. Where does it take out first? Boom. Takes out these stops. So I have a feeling they're going to take it long, because they took out the stops. They took out the sell stops, right? Because they're getting in a large buying position. Takes it up. The second pattern I look for is I look for an expansion, right? That would be an expansion. And then I look for a reversal pattern. And then I also look for retracement. So like here, this is an expansion. This is a retracement. Retracement, search internal liquidity. Expansion, search external liquidity. Expansion, retracement. And then the last pattern is the reversal pattern, which is right here. This reversal, the only way I would have found it is by, again, looking left and looking at this range and saying lots of liquidity up there. That's the only way I would have found that. However, when I'm looking for a reversal, I look for two kinds of reversals. I look for a double top or a double bottom. So in this case, this would be a double bottom, right? Let's say the price is moving like this. When I see this and it's near an area of liquidity, what I'm looking for is for price to go build up, double top. People that believe, resistance and support, right? They're gonna get short here or long here and put their stops here. So then I look for the grab, and then once the price responds quickly past this point, this is the important part. When I see it cross that point right there, that's when I get validation in my sense that we are getting a reversal in trend, and now we're going to go long. And so what do? Once it makes this, I look for the internal liquidity in this range, because it's going to have to retrace eventually before making a new high. Typically, it will happen on this block here. However, you got to look deep into this for any gaps or anything like that, because it could come back there, which is where you're going to be looking. You're going to be looking to get long. This would be a safer view of a trade. You'll be looking to get long anywhere in this box here. So you'll be looking for key spots inside of this expansion for it to try and get to internal liquidity. A lot of times you can do that by just slapping a fib on it, saying here's the 50%. Most of the time, this is the sweet box right here. Look for something in that range if you want a safe trade, and try and get in short there. Or you can even try and get in here. A lot of times it'll just come down, touch this line, go back up, and then it'll expand, take out the external liquidity sitting above here, retrace into internal, take out the external, and then it might do something like this, right? Double top. Second I see that double top forming, I look, is this going to be enough stop losses? Do we have another high over here? Let's say this was like this, right? Well, there's another high over here. I know there's a ton of liquidity above this. What do I look for? Boom. Boom, and we have a reversal, right? There's a line. Right there shows me we just reversed. And then I look on the way down, right? Internal liquidity, external liquidity. So this is a pattern of a reversal that I look for here. The other kind of reversal that you can see is similar, but it's where, in my opinion, enough stops get taken out on that first external breach. So when we go like this, and there's a range of liquidity that it just hit. And I'll go back in the charts and show you this. Are you still here, by the way? I don't know if you're still listening to this, otherwise I'll stop. But when it takes out liquidity like that, you could see it do this. And then fail to make the new high, and then go past. And at that point, right there is where we have the sign of a reversal, and we start looking for the internal liquidity grab to the external. Did I lose you? Oh, okay, you still here. Cool. So off of that idea, right? What does this look like? It looks like that second sign of a reversal, right? The failure swing. Go up. We fail to make a new low. So, right? When we break through here, which it looks like we're doing right now, we're having a sign of a reversal. This right here pretty much validates it for me. So what are we going to see if this continues to go higher? Maybe come up to this target here, come back down, searching an internal liquidity, which could be this gap right here. We get in our entry, might take a while for it to happen, and we play longer to this internal liquidity here, breaking this external. Now we have a lot of liquidity here. So this is where I'll look for the reversal to get in and actually take out a farther low down here. It would be at that point, right, where we deem that it shows that's a reversal. Let's see if I can go show you, like, in past price action, this working here. Okay. Boom. Here's an example. We come up, stall out at the support that people would say claim as support, right? We break through it, take stop losses, fail. What happens here is when we cross this angle right here, it's a true reversal, and it continues to go down, take an external. If you go back and look, you'll see it happening all the time in the charts. It doesn't happen every time, but right, again, all we need is it to happen a good enough percentage of the time that when we use proper risk analysis, we're going to be profitable in the long run. In trading like that, also, you avoid your own stops getting hunted by the big money, because people that trade off, resistance lines, support lines, right? There's stops are the ones that are getting hunted by this big money. So all you do is you see where the majority of traders would put their stops, watch for those to get taken out, and once you see a big enough move where you can deem that there's a lot of money in the market going one way, then above that high would be where I think actual resistance and actual support would be, and that's where I would put my stop. And we are still waiting. Again, this right here, we broke through, so it is, but we barely broke through, right? In order to deem this a complete a complete flip reversal here, I want to see us break through with more validation of this point right here. So, boom, boom, boom. I'll just keep these lines up. Here is validation. We did go through it. It looks like it is a reversal, a confirmed reversal. However, we barely went through it. I'd like to see it go through more. Before I really truly believe this could not just go like this. Anything can happen though. That's the reason why you keep your stops tight and you be okay with getting stopped out. Still feeling comfortable that it will go back to my entry though. It's just a waiting game. But you'll notice I don't really put too much lines up on my chart or anything. I like to read a chart kind of naked because it allows me to see the way the price action's moving more. When I have like all kinds of like pew, and then like that's like stretched for weeks, and there's just some people's charts you see and it's just like it's more lines than the actual price action. It's like I feel like you're like messing with your own strategy. It's almost impossible to know which line it's going to respect and which one it isn't. So I like to keep my charts pretty clean. I also don't really use any indicators. There is a good indicator. The one indicator I do like to use, well, is volume indicator. But also there's this Bitcoin kill zones V2. these are the time frames where you can expect to see a big move, right? Like here, this was yesterday's New York session open. This is a good time to start looking for trades, right? So you can kind of see like key points of when the market likes to respond. Like right here, right? New York session open, went up, grabbed it, went down. Went up, grabbed it, went down. What's it doing? Went up, grabbed it, buy it, past. This indicator would show us that we could potentially tank here. However, I think that we are at a comfortable spot and it's looking like a reversal, so I'm sticking with this trade. Talk about boring price action. Back to chess. All right, so I don't know if anybody's still in here, but for people who are watching it, what I just did is I used my sheet here to calculate out the trade that I have sitting. My entry price at $4.93, stop loss $4.049, target 1 $4.236, $4.37 for target 2, target 3 $4.54. I'm entering at $2,500. If I get stopped out, I lose 26.88. My profit off the entire trade, if everything goes to plan, $168. Now, right now we are coming up toward the end of the New York session. Recapping the New York session, it just went sideways. Like, it's pretty much all it did today. It was just go sideways. Went up a little bit, like no range at all. I'm going to keep an eye on it. I might go live again after lunch here. The 1:30 time, Eastern time, there typically tends to be moves. So we will see what happens. If we can get into the trade, I'll go back live. If no trade, then we just start setting up, looking probably at this rune short. But we'll just keep watching price action. I will probably be back after lunch here to hopefully get in a trade. All right, cheers guys, I'll see you then.